Seagrasses are important because they are prime habitat for fish and blue crabs and numerous other invertebrate species. They sequester carbon, they filter the water column, and they can reduce suspended sediment and erosion. They are also the metric by which we gauge our water quality improvements throughout the inland bays, because they are a habitat that requires low nutrient concentrations, so low nutrient pollution, and also excellent water clarity. They require light at the bottom to grow. And so one of the reasons for their decline is an excess of nutrient pollution, which has fueled algal blooms, which block light from reaching the bottom. Seagrasses have declined almost throughout the entire Atlantic coast, but especially in inland bays, due to primarily nutrient pollution and earlier some specific diseases that targeted seagrasses. And so the work that we're doing is to investigate various mapping techniques for locating seagrass beds, and then also to map the actual presence, distribution, boundaries of any beds that we do find. Delaware Sea Grant is funding this study primarily to investigate new mapping techniques that utilize drone photography, which is able to get obviously lower to the water surface than an airplane is, and then also a combination of drone and manual surveys to locate these remnant patches. One of the major goals of the Center for the Inland Bays is to increase the acreage of seagrass beds. The funding being provided by Delaware Sea Grant will allow us to map the existing acreage of seagrass beds, and using that information we can target where we want to perform restoration projects. I hope that in a few years we'll be able to point to a number of large significant patches of eelgrass and widgeon grass and have those areas preserved for the future. If we want to minimize our impacts to seagrasses, we can avoid boating through existing seagrass beds, and if we want to help seagrass beds in the future, we can support legislation that reduces nutrient pollution, and we can volunteer with the center during planting events. Everybody can help seagrass beds in the inland bays.